Welcome, my friends, to the world of HeroQuest, a place unlike any other. In today's episode, I wanted to go over some advanced mechanics on how I go about searching furniture in the dungeon. Today I'll be utilizing the Dwarf character to do this. After hearing Mentor's call, Strom the Dwarf escaped from the depths of the deepest mine within the mountain, currently laid siege by Zargon's minions. There he witnessed entire clans slaughtered in their homes after becoming cornered by the endless waves of orcs and goblins pouring through the mines like water. With his trusted tools at his side, he set out for Mentor's tower without looking back. It might be too late to save humankind, but this dwarf refuses to disappear into oblivion without a fight, vowing to destroy Zargon and his chaos army or die trying. The dwarf is a stout little fighter, willing to utilize all weapons and armor. First, we'll start by clearing out this room of monsters, and then I'll demonstrate how we can search the tomb. The dwarf's starting weapon is a short sword, allowing him to attack 2 dice, and the goblin can defend with 1. Now I have another video where I demonstrate how to use the advanced mechanic of implementing experience points. I'll put that link at the end of this video. On Zargon's turn, the orc would then move up to make an attack. Because the dwarf doesn't have any advanced cards to allow it to do any special moves, one thing I like to do in my dungeon is allow players to re-roll 1 black shield when the dwarf is defending, with hopes to throw a white shield and block that attack. Now this would only be allowed 1 time per defense on 1 black shield. The dwarf would then perform an attack, killing the orc. Now that all the monsters are out of the room, you have a couple options. The hero can then just search the room in general by pulling a treasure card, or they could move up and ask to search the tomb. I customize a furniture searching system that I found from Axian Spice. Axian Spice does some really wonderful things with Axian Quest, Infinite Dungeon, another awesome card system that you can use to create your own unique quest. There are some rules he had posted about searching furniture. I kind of tweaked some of that by adding alchemy cards to that search. Looking through the tables of the alchemist bench, there's some opportunities to get poisoned, but also to gain back health points. You might find some coins in the bookcase. You could get burned by the fireplace. And there's a lot of cool interactions with the sorcerer's table. How this works is really simple. I would have my players declare that they'd like to search an item of furniture. Roll a red dice. Zargon would then announce what was found. As you can see on the chart, it would have released an obnoxious gas. All heroes in the room would lose 1 body point, and the hero's turn would be over. Because this piece of furniture has more sinister applications, there's more likely that that hero would roll something that would yield a mummy or a zombie or a skeleton that would jump out. But in some situations, if they had rolled a 6, they would get to roll again on a second chart and possibly yield a piece of armor or a weapon. You can even search something as basic as a table. There's still a chance that a goblin can leap out from underneath that table and attack you immediately, much like a wandering monster card that you could pull from the deck. The dwarf has the unique ability to disarm traps without a toolkit, the thing that does make him unique compared to the barbarian. And so in this scenario, the player might have walked in the room, asked to search for traps, and came upon this situation. If the dwarf wanted to try to disarm a trap and get to the treasure, he would just stand on that trap, roll 1 die, and as long as he can avoid rolling 1 black shield, he can disarm that trap. It's an 80% chance, so the odds are good for the dwarf. He can ask to search the treasure, and if the quest book says it revealed some treasure, or to pull a treasure card, you would do so. Or he can choose to search the furniture option. A 2 would set off an explosive trap, and that hero would lose 3 body points. Now, one thing I've adapted from the Axian Spice rules is I've changed every 4 on the furniture to yield an alchemy card, thus allowing heroes to pull alchemy cards more frequently. And as you can see, the alchemy deck from the Rise of the Dreadmoon has some more fortunate options than searching the treasure deck. Now, my players in the dungeon know that trying to search something like a torture rack could really be quite detrimental. Nothing useful, and the noise you make attracts 2 wandering monsters that attack immediately. I was always fascinated by the weapon rack, by the opportunity that there could be a way to maybe search that weapon rack and pull one of these weapons off of it. You could roll a 6 and end up rolling a 2nd die, or a 3rd die, and earn something like a battle axe. I love the standard treasure deck that comes with the game, but I do feel like allowing the characters to interact with the furniture just adds another really cool layer to the game. The dwarf is a great warrior for any new player to get their hands on and start rummaging through the dungeons with. It's strong in the attack, strong in the defense, easy to level up, and a fearless fighter. Thank you for joining me in the dungeons today. And as always, your very survival depends on your ability to work together, for no true hero stands alone. Come, let the quest begin.